officially made it to the point where we are ready to install E85 on this super sweet 2018 Camaro SS. As you guys saw on the quick time lapse, we went ahead and replaced the stock intake manifold with an MSD. We paired that MSD with an LT5 throttle body and K-Tech adapter. We also went ahead and replaced the exhaust manifolds with a set of shorty Blackheart hooker headers. We installed a new set of spark plugs and wires, and this thing is ready to get some E85. The E85 kit that we're going to install today is by Lethal Garage, and it's the first time that we're going to install one of these kits on the channel. So bear with us as we try to do this as detailed as possible, and definitely going to be a learning experience for us. So come on and join us as we attempt to install a Lethal Garage E85 corn-fed kit, I guess you could say. Okay guys, so basically this is what you get from Lethal. My buddy did pick this up off somebody else, so I'm guessing this is the way you get it from Lethal here. And basically it's you got a little instruction guide here. It says thank you for purchasing Lethal Garage. It gives you a link to an install guide, and it basically says it allows you to run 91, 93 and E85 with the proper tune. Requires a tune to run E85. Of course, we got that covered. We're going to take this car to our tuner at KP Fab and Tune, so we got that covered. Looks like the kit comes with a OEM fuel line, a custom harness, and it looks like this one connects to the evap solenoid, I believe. So it has a ground wire, and here's the one that we have to pin the computer with. I believe it's pin 38. I could be wrong, but I'll double check that. And a OEM E85 sensor, so that's good. All right guys, so this is what it comes with. Remember, I disconnected the battery already, so we're ready to install this bad boy, and let's see how this goes. The car is cool. The car has been sitting here for a couple of days as we went ahead and installed all these other mods, right? The MSD Atomic, the shorty headers, and all that good stuff. So it's time to get this E85 show on the road. Okay guys, so let's get started. First things first is make sure that the battery is disconnected and the car is nice and cool. You never want to mess with fuel on a warm or hot car. It can easily cause a fire. So lucky for us, this car has been sitting here for a couple of days, and lucky for us, we already unhooked the battery early on when we started modifying this car. First things first is we're gonna, well, I already went ahead and did this. I shoved some rags down in here to help catch some of the fuel that's gonna spill once I remove this fuel line. And I'm gonna use a fuel line disconnect tool, something like this, to remove the fuel line, okay? Before we do that, we're gonna remove the safety clip that retains it. You guys can see here, there's a little clip here. So you simply just pull that back with the flathead screwdriver, and you push it down, just like that. This little guy right here. All right. And then we grab the fuel line disconnect tool here. Put this bad boy in here. Trying to do this with one hand. All right, there you go. All right, something like this, and then you simply push down on the line like this, pull up on the clip, you guys can see here, and you simply push up on the line just like that. Okay, all right. Of course, always minimize the amount of fuel that falls out. Messing with fuel is very dangerous, so do it just like that. Okay, and then you could take out your rag and there's no fuel. Everything's here on this rag. All right guys, so now I'm gonna install this line here, and you want to install the 90 side towards the engine, just like this. All right, and oh, where's our E85 sensor here? All right, I must have left it over there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and grab our sensor. Okay, so once we grab our sensor, Lethal uses GM OEM ones, so that's cool. And there's no directional way to put this, so either way will work. We're gonna point it towards the passenger side because that's where the harness is gonna go, where we're gonna tap into the power and the ground. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so then we're gonna grab the sensor and we're gonna go like this, push it in. All right, you want to hear that click? Then you're gonna grab the fuel line that we just installed and go just like this. All right. Just like that, guys. Okay guys, so I hooked up the fuel lines, and to be honest with you guys, I'm not a fan. I just feel like there's too much going on, too much hoses. It's just kind of I don't know. I'm just not a fan. I think like a DSX kit or a skid mark garage kit would be a lot cleaner of an install. Maybe it feels this way here because here we have a MSD Atomic, so we're not using the cover anymore, which the cover has a retaining clip that holds the fuel line in place. But I just feel like it's just a lot of hoses. You know, other kits just have, you know, one 90-degree line with the sensor and another 90, right? But I guess it works. I'm gonna use some zip ties. I don't feel comfortable just leaving the sensor hanging there, so I'm gonna grab from this side post here. I'm just gonna grab the line and just kind of float it this way. You see, with the factory intake manifold, you would clamp it here like this, right? And then you would just grab your plug here and get power this way. But I just feel like it's just a lot of yeah, maybe we could even put it there. We could use this bolt and get a clamp here. Actually, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do here. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let me see here. I wonder if I can just go. Yeah, I can do that. Something like this. That'll be kind of neat, huh? I don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe I can just do that. Yeah, let's do that. That'll hold the line in place, I think. We'll use something like this. All right, let's try that. That looks like a 13. We'll grab a 13 here. Well, that's weird. That was already loose. I wonder why that was loose. That's odd. All right, well, it was loose already. That's crazy. I promise you guys I hadn't messed with it. That was loose. All right. Now we'll grab this clamp here and we can just oh, it doesn't fit. All right, let me drill a hole a little bigger. Let me make this hole bigger so it can fit. That should do it. All right, guys, we went super ghetto on this one and we made our own properly sized clamp. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. I think it'll work. Alright guys, so now we get this thing in here. Alright, that should work. Yeah, that works pretty good, I think. Alright, let's see. Put this bolt back on here. It's kind of tight in here, so let's see here, we can give it a good tug here. That should do it. All right, that should do it right there. All right, I actually like that. That actually fits pretty good. I like that right there. That's actually pretty good. That actually solves that issue right there. You kind of have to leave it this way, because if you pitch it this way, it kind of kinks the line right here. So you kind of have to put it there. All right. Well, hopefully it doesn't mess up the MSD lettering there. All right. Now let's make sure this thing is clipped on pretty good. All right, it's clipped on pretty good. Let's go ahead and grab the safety clip and put it back. Simply tucks back in. There it is. All right. Make sure these are on pretty good. All right. These are on. All right. And we never mess with this one, so this one's fine. All right, that looks pretty good, I think. There's no kinks on the lines. A little bit too much hose for my liking here, but it looks pretty clean. I think that little clamp solved for that. All right, now time to put the harness. All right, so this plug, you plug it in here on the sensor. All right, hope you guys can see that there. Plugs into the sensor just like that. All right, so let's pull power out of it. So we are probably gonna we're probably gonna run these two wires through the back here. Well, I'm probably gonna have to go through here. I'm probably gonna have to. Actually, let's put a zip tie here and let's keep these two wires together. Or maybe add a little bit of loom. All right. All right, that's better. All right, that actually is better. Yeah, I'm actually gonna follow through and just add loom on the whole thing. Yeah, that'll be better. All right. There's that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put a little strip of electrical tape here to make sure that this doesn't come off. A little electrical tape. It's a little overkill, I think, but sometimes overkill is good. Look at that, guys. Isn't that sharp? You guys do it like this. All right, look at that. Bam, nice. All right, and then if you guys see here, we're gonna get power from here, this plug here. We're gonna steal some power from there. So this is a bridge here. Yeah, we're gonna steal power from here. So we're gonna bypass this plug, and then we'll get ground from. Oh, where are we gonna get ground from? Maybe down here. We'll figure that out right now in a bit. Let's go ahead and do this first. All right, guys, so taking power from here is pretty simple. There it goes. All right, how does this go here? I'm guessing this guy goes in here first, like this. All right, heard the click. All right, well, this is coming out pretty good, actually. Kind of liking the kit now. I like this. Alright, I actually like this right here. I like the fact that this kit takes power from here. I like that. That's nice and clean. Alright, cool. That's actually pretty neat. Okay, guys, so once we piggybacked off the evap plug here, we have to hook up the ground wire here. We're simply going to grab the ground from the valve cover bolts. So that's pretty simple here. I don't know if you guys can see that there. Try to get you guys a better view. You guys see that there? This bolt here, right there. That bad boy right there. Okay, this is your upper bolt for the valve cover. You're gonna remove this bolt here. All right. Kind of wish we could get like a metal ground, but this is what Lito uses. I actually went on his video right now to see where he got the ground, and he actually got it from here. But guess that works. That works. I'll make for a clean install right there too. Let's go under this bad boy right here. Actually, you don't even need a swivel. You can just get in here like this. Okay guys, so I grabbed the ground from a valve cover bolt. I went and I reviewed the Lethal Garage's video, and he says to torque it to 89 inch-pound. We'll see how that goes. Let's see here. Got my good old snap-on torque wrench. Try to give you guys, as usual, a good video. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and torque this to 89 inch-pound. Okay, so if you guys, this is the engine here. The computer sits right down there. So you have a couple connectors here. You have 1, 2, 3. You have one facing the other side. This is the guy we're gonna grab. It's the lowest one. So I'll show you guys here. It's right here. This guy right here. So pull this little clip down. Sometimes it could be a little bit hard to do. There you go. And then you can there it goes. Pull it up. It's a lower connector here, so you just have to pull it out. There it goes, just like this. All right, and then let's snake it out here. Let's get it out of here. It takes a little bit of power to get to it. I'll tell you that. All right, here it is. All right. Let's go all the way over here. Give us a little bit more room. Alright, here it is. So once we remove the harness, once we pulled it out and have access to it, there's a zip tie here. We're gonna go ahead and cut that. Okay. And this is gonna allow us to take this little cover off here. Let me grab a flathead. These little clips are a little pain in the butt. All right, pull these little tabs off, pull it out. Okay, so you have something like this. You're gonna have to pull this out too. This little blue clip, and this is easy. All you do is you just kind of pull it out, just like this. All right, there it is. And now you're gonna have something that looks something like this, and you have a short side and a long side. Okay, it's clearly marked on top here. You have a 1 and a 53. The way I did it here is I counted down, so it's, I don't know if you guys can see here, but you got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38. So this pin here is number 38. This pin here is right next to a blue wire on this particular car with this options. So all we're gonna simply do here is pull pin 38 out, just like that. Hope you guys can see that here. And we're simply gonna pin the E85 sensor, and the E85 sensor looks something like this. There's an open end here, a flat side, and if you look at the flat side has a little groove in it, so that's where it's gonna lock. So you're gonna want to put the open side towards the inside. So simply just like this. Okay, and you're gonna hear a click, so I'm gonna be quiet here so you guys can hear it over the birds. Open side first. Oh, it's not locking. We gotta go a little more. There it goes. All right, once it locks, you won't be able to pull it back out. So that's how you know you're in. And if you see here, we'll wiggle it a little bit. You can see here that it's nicely in place. All right, so okay, so now And we simply put this cover back on the way it came out, just like that. Push it back in. All right, and then you twist it here, and then there's no fail in this. There's a big hole here, so you know that's the big plug right there. And you just push it in, just like that, and it's gold. You're done. We'll replace that zip tie here. I only have big zip ties right now, so it'll have to do. I don't have a big one right now. That should do it. Okay guys, so what I actually ended up doing was I took it apart again, and I fished it back down once I knew which wire I had to tap, and then I tapped it down here. The reason I did that was because this wire was a little short, so I wanted to come from here I wanted to come this way, and then I don't know, I just felt it was better than from here to here, away from the pulleys and away from everything. So I just kind of did the connection down here. I already put the blue cover back on here, and I'm gonna put this other cover on right now, and it should be good to go. But I was trying to hook it up here and then fish it down, but the wire was too short to allow me to do that if I went this way with the wire. But I want to have the wire this way better, away from any heat, away from any moving parts such as the belt. So I just ended up wiring it down here. So pinned it to 38, and I think this is going to be a better and cleaner install. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this build is officially done and ready to go over to Mr. KP Fab and Tune and get that magic tune. As you guys can see here, we reinstalled the K&N cold air intake, the LT5 throttle body, made it to the K-Tech adapter, which allowed us to mate to the MSD Atomic. On a previous video, we covered the MSD porting, so be sure to check that out. We finished installing the Hooker Shorty Blackheart headers with the fresh set of spark plugs and Holley Performance wires. These wires are designed to clear the headers. I wasn't too comfortable on this side. It was really resting against this primary here, so I went ahead and I added a spark plug boost, and I think this is gonna help prolong the life of this wire. We went ahead and installed the Lethal Garage E85 kit. As you guys saw, we hooked up the supply line by Lethal Garage. We replaced the safety clip, hooked up to the E85 sensor, came back around. It felt kind of sloppy, so we went ahead and added a clamp to the back, and it secured everything in place. As you guys can see here, I think it's pretty nicely secured. Okay, we went around this way, we added some wire loom to here. Now we can tuck it in really nicely. Piggybacked off the evap solenoid here, got our ground wire from the valve cover down here, and we simply came back this way down, and we tapped to pin number 38 on the computer on this lower plug here. Well guys, all that's left to do here is a startup. So let's start this bad boy up, make sure it sounds good, make sure there's no exhaust leaks or misfires, because we did mess with the spark plugs. And if everything's good, we could take this bad boy over to KP Fab and Tune and get dyno tuned. Alright guys, so I just reinstalled the battery and it's time to fire this puppy up. Let's double check, triple check the fuel lines, make sure everything's clipped on good, because when you're ever messing with fuel, it can never be too safe. So let's go ahead and make sure all the fuel lines are good and let's fire it up. Alright, so we got a good clip here, safety clip on. Let's see the... Alright, these guys are on pretty good. Yep, those guys are pretty good. All right, and we never mess with the one in the back, so that should be good. All right, let's fire it up. All right guys, this car is an auto, so you best believe it's going to be a rocket. We're going to let the fuel prime. All right,
K40 scan active.
burns off all the oils and everything that it has to burn off from handling like the headers and things like that, and make sure everything's okay. Once that's good to go, I'm going to go ahead and change the oil, and tomorrow this thing goes to the dyno. Okay guys, so the car sounds pretty good, fired up, idles really good. I actually thought it was going to idle a little weird because when I removed the stock throttle body, it had a lot of carbon buildup, and usually when there's a lot of like carbon buildup and oil and stuff like that, they idle funny to you until you do a throttle body relearn. But this car kind of just loved the mods. It just started up and it was real happy. The idle is perfectly fine. I don't hear any exhaust leaks, anything like that. I do hear a little chirp from like the serpentine belt. Maybe there's something we can spray on there to kind of stop it from making the little chirpy sound. But no exhaust leaks, no misfires, nothing abnormal. So I think this thing is pretty good to go to the dyno tomorrow morning. Thoughts on Lethal Garage E85 kit that we never installed here before on the channel. It's actually pretty neat. I'm not a big fan of adding a hose to the existing hose and kind of having a bunch of hoses there, but when we added that little clamp to the body and we secured it away, it actually was pretty neat, and it actually looked really nice, and it made for an easy install. I'm not gonna knock Lethal for it. I think it's a nice kit. I like the fact that he used OEM connectors. I like the fact that he piggybacked off the EBAP line versus like coil or anything like that, which that's perfectly fine too. His write-up on his YouTube channel was great too. I referred to it when I wanted to know where to ground my wire from, and I saw that he grounded from the valve cover. And yeah, I think it's a great kit. With that being said, guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting. The first person who comments down below, I want a free sticker, I'm going to send you a cool new sticker that has not been released yet of Boogeyman. So comment down below, I want a free sticker, and message me on Instagram, either on the G's Footage Instagram page or on the Boogeyman Racing page, and I'll be sure to send you a free sticker. But with that being said, guys, catch you later, guys. Thanks for supporting the channel.